Hello and welcome back to yet another Reiki Circle. I'm so excited to be back and I appreciate your understanding and patience as I took a step back from recording during the past 2 lunar cycles. There have been a lot of changes behind the scenes, a lot of growth and healing, and it was important for me to take a step back and focus on my well-being in order to come back stronger and more capable to support all of you and yours. The energy through the beginning of this year has been strong, and heightened vibes have led to many events impacting us on a global level. Most recently with the coronavirus, there's a lot of uncertainty and fear as people are practicing social distancing and isolation. However, it also provides an opportunity to become mindful of how you care for yourself and care within and without. I hope you are all staying safe, and if you are looking for ways to de-stress and balance your energy, I still have some availability over the coming weeks for some remote Reiki and EFT sessions so you can continue your healing and growth from home and while self-quarantined. You can find a link to check my calendar in the description down below. For those who have not worked with me before, I do offer a 50% off coupon you can use for your first session if you join the mailing list on my website, dawningperspective.com. The coupon is good for any energy therapy session, including Reiki, emotional freedom technique, or a combo session combining the two. Joining the mailing list will keep you posted on future events and promos, and also gives you access to the DP Resource Library, which has exercises and workbooks for personal development and growth, including the Life Balance Workbook, which includes a questionnaire to gain better understanding of how balanced you are through all of your main life areas, as well as assistance in building out a life vision and getting clear on not just what you want, but how to go forward with attaining it. You can also find me on Instagram at Dawning Perspective, where I share about my personal journey, energy therapy, and how to live your truth and life purpose. With that being said, let's talk a bit about the energy surrounding the Aries new moon. Quite a bit of things are happening up in the cosmos at this time and influencing how things happen with us internally and externally. In fact, there has been a quick succession of 3 cosmic events in the past few days that have led us up to the Aries new moon. Before jumping into the growth opportunities at this time, let's review all of the influences from the alignments up above. First, we had the spring equinox on March 19th. Or 20th, depending on your time zone. This marks the sun's transit into Aries, churning up energies for a fresh start and new beginnings. During this time, the veil between dimensions is also thin. If you are open to them, it is possible to receive more signs and guidance to questions you've been thinking about. Next up, on March 20th, we had the Mars-Jupiter conjunction. And the energy surrounding this conjunction actually triggered some tension and volatility. Heightened emotions can be difficult to navigate sometimes, but if you are willing to work with them, they can be redirected into motivation, enthusiasm, and other forms of expression that support your growth and well-being. The final event leading up to the new moon on the 24th takes place on March 21st, and it's Saturn's transition out of Capricorn and into Aquarius. This is a huge shift to take note of as it marks the end of the karmic cycle that's been taking place for the past 2.5 years. Don't be surprised if there are themes in your life that begin to wrap up during this time and new ones begin to emerge. As I mentioned previously, the Aries new moon is on March 24th, and aside from the new moon marking the start of a new lunar cycle, since Aries is the first sign of the zodiac, this new moon marks the beginning of the zodiac year. The energy this event brings is great for thinking big, manifesting, and setting intentions. The final point I want to touch upon is that the asteroid Chiron is active at this time. Chiron calls us to think about ways to heal ourselves, each other, and the planet. It brings forward things we've been ignoring when it comes to our well-being and guides us to this place and asks us to be mindful of what is needed to bring us back into holistic balance and harmony. We can clearly see Chiron's influence on a global level with the increase of awareness and well-being for us as individuals as we respond to the coronavirus pandemic. Wounds are coming to the surface, and Chiron empowers us to transform them into portals for healing. One of the biggest opportunities at this time is to strengthen your manifestation. Ways you can do this is by planting seeds of intention and action for what you want to manifest. If you're unsure of what to manifest, Take the time to think big. Don't limit your dreaming up possibilities, and be open to exploring all the ways you can express yourself and align with your truth and purpose. Make a space free from self-criticism and fear of judgment, so there are no boundaries to the reality you create. To gain clarity on the things to manifest, you can try a couple different activities. If you've been journaling, revisit some past entries and read through them. When you do this, you bring a fresh perspective separate from where you were in the moment of writing, and it can allow you to pick up on themes, desires, and interests you've written about unintentionally. Another way to brainstorm and clarify your manifestation is to make a vision board or update an existing one. Even if you just put one together a few months ago at the start of the year, allow it to change just as you have since you last completed it. Have fun with it and see what insights it can help give you now. In order to breathe in, you must first breathe out. New beginnings provide not just the opportunities to welcome exciting new things into your life, but also the ability to release what no longer serves. When you put in the work to release what doesn't serve you, it allows you to make room for everything you are manifesting. Keep in mind, Chiron is bringing about a global overhaul during this time. It is healing not just ourselves as individuals, but our collective consciousness in the form of whole communities, countries, and environments. Examples can be seen with how people are sharing photos and videos on social media platforms. One such example is how the pollution is clearing in Venice, where you can see that the canals are clear enough to see the bottom, and there are plenty other of cases and locations where wildlife is returning to previously overpopulated areas, and so much more like this. Yes, this is a scary time, but we can choose to focus on how to be safe and grow from within it. Whether you are self-quarantined, on lockdown, sheltered in place, or unaffected with everything that's going on at this time so far, you can tap into the heightened awareness of individual and collective well-being and health for yourself during this time. Everyone's healing process is different, and if you're unsure where to start, you can schedule a session with me, or also try journaling for well-being, starting a new self-care routine, seeking or giving forgiveness, and revisiting the relationships and bonds you have in your life and the roles that they play. If you haven't already, take a moment to pause this video and find a quiet place where you can rest and be at peace before beginning the mini distant Reiki session. Once you are there, if you would like to set an intention for the session, please feel free to do so now. No intention is too big or too small, or you might find that you don't have a specific intention at this time. And if this is the case for you, it is perfectly fine. As long as you are open to receiving the healing energy, it will go towards your greatest and highest good, regardless of whether or not you have an intention to direct it. With that in mind, if you aren't already, go ahead and sit or lay down comfortably, close your eyes, and take a deep breath in, holding for a beat once your lungs are full, and then exhaling it all out slowly. Continue to breathe mindfully as you take notice of the tightness in your body. With every exhale, let the tension and the tightness in your muscles go. Let it leave and allow your body to enter a state of rest, security, and contentment. Continue to breathe in a relaxed way, and let's begin. The session has now ended. Take a moment to return to yourself. Breathe deeply. Move your fingers, your hands, your feet as you return to yourself. Thank you for joining me today, whether it's during the Aries new moon season or at some distant point in time. You received this at the time that you were meant to, and may it go towards your highest and greatest good. Thank you for joining me today, and I look forward to next time. Until then, I hope all is well with you and yours. Bye.